All right, strap in, everyone, because today we're tackling a true giant. A song so iconic, so layered, it sparked debates for decades.
Stairway to Heaven, right? Led Zeppelin's masterpiece.
You got it. But we're not just jamming along today. We're going deep, folks, into the lyrics, the symbolism, figuring out what it all means.
Which, let's be honest, is what everyone who's heard this song more than once has wondered.
Exactly. So, when you pitch this deep dive, you mentioned how the lyrics wrestle with this tension, materialism versus something, well, deeper.
Right. And it hits you right from that opening line. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold.
Classic image, right. But what's the message there?
Sets the stage. This lady, she's all about appearances, surface level stuff, thinks gold, wealth, that's the ticket to, I don't know, happiness, fulfillment.
And then, boom, the stores are all closed. She out of luck.
That's the twist. She's told, you can get what you came for, but it's implied it won't be from a store.
Ominous, right? Like, what's the price she might have to pay? And this connects to that two paths idea you mentioned, yeah.
Absolutely. Like, one path is that material success, but it seems blocked off. The other path, well, that's where things get interesting.
A little spooky, even, because you mentioned Jimmy Page, Zeppelin's guitarist, was into some, let's say, esoteric stuff.
Oh, yeah. Occult mysticism was in the air back then. So some folks see this deal the ladies offered as having a darker edge.
Whoa. Like selling your soul for rock and roll, but more. Literal.
Yeah, maybe. Which makes that sudden shift to the songbird singing even more jarring. We go from this kind of dark deal to nature, tranquility.
Like a breath of fresh air. So is that the alternative path? Connecting with nature, something more genuine?
It'd be. It definitely contrasts with the lady's materialistic desires, right? Offers another way.
And then that line that's S.O. Zeppelin, if we all call the tune, then the piper will lead us to reason.
Talk about a line that's launched 1,000 interpretations.
Right. Break it down for us. Who's this piper? What's the tune?
Well, some scholars say it's a call to action. Like humanity needs to wake up, realize its potential, and call the turn of its own destiny.
I dig it. And the piper, some kind of guide on that journey.
Could be. Intuition, a higher power, even. But the message is, we got to take the first step. Choose to follow that tune. Seek out reason.
Deep stuff. And you got to remember, this song was released during, well, let's just say a tumultuous time. The Vietnam War, social unrest.
Makes you wonder if they were urging listeners to question things, right? Not just accept the way things were.
Totally. And speaking of questioning things, let's talk about the May Queen. Because that's where things get really cryptic.
Buckle up. Right.
Seriously, who is this May Queen? And what's with all this bustle in your head, bro? It's like, suddenly we're in a different song almost.
That's the beauty of it, though, isn't it? It's open to interpretation. Some people connect the May Queen to those old pagan rituals, celebrating spring, rebirth.
Okay, I can see that.
But then there's this underlying, I don't know, darkness, too. Almost like a warning about innocence lost, time passing.
Interesting, like how the May Queen is a symbol of youth, and youth doesn't last forever.
Exactly. And even the language changes here. It's more abstract, dreamlike, like we've entered this whole other realm.
Totally. And maybe that's the point. I mean, Robert Plant himself has said he doesn't like explaining the lyrics, wants people to find their own meaning.
Which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
He's not holding your hand through it. He gives you the pieces, the imagery, and lets your mind do the rest.
Like a good puzzle.
Yeah.
All right, so we're headed towards the climax here. And man, what a climax it is. That last verse, your stairway lies on the whispering wind.
Gives me chills every time.
Me too. So
Yeah.
what's the final word? What's that stairway represent?
If this deep dive has taught us anything, it's that there's no one answer. It's not a physical stairway. It's more about the journey itself, the choices we make, the meaning we find, how we face the two paths in our own lives.
Wow. Heavy stuff.
But that's Stairway to Heaven for you. It's a song that stays with you, makes you think, makes you feel, and isn't that the mark of truly great art?
Absolutely. So next time you hear those opening chords, remember, it's not just about the music. It's about the journey the song takes you on, your own personal stairway to heaven.